My brother Todd committed suicide almost 20 years ago because he was gay and bullied. My brother Todd was a great guy, a little goofy, artsy. The most special thing about him was that he always made people laugh, but never at the expense of someone else. Todd went away to study in Madrid when he was a sophomore at Wesleyan University. In the time that he was away, I felt like for the first time in our lives, he and I started to become close. We started writing letters to each other, and we started really getting to know each other as brothers could. I was 12 and he was 19. About a week before he was to return home, he committed suicide. I just remember that feeling of initial shock, like, is this happening? Is this true? Is this real? As the day wore on and family started coming over and friends started coming over, I just knew that something tragic had happened. I'll never forget where I was. I was standing at the edge of my parents' driveway as the sun was setting behind the house. I looked up over the house, and I remember as a 12-year-old boy when the thought came through my head that there would be learning from this and that we would grow and there would be transcendence. I look back now, 20 years later, and I realize how that thought has really directed my life. My brother Todd's death affected my life in a profound way. I became a high school teacher, and now I work with schools and with other community groups to help people learn ways to think differently.
It's not about a revolution, it's about evolution.
I chose a career as a life coach and psychologist because my thought is, who doesn't need a coach? I mean, we all need help. Learning ways to think differently, learning ways to regain our own power, learning ways to identify our strengths, learning ways to really be and show up in the world as a strong, confident, happy person. And I feel so strongly that schools can do a much better job in teaching people ways to behave. Let's not teach kids how to not bully. That seems like it might be the wrong message. Let's teach people how to behave, how to treat one another, how to connect with one another. And that starts with connecting with ourselves first. I was bullied growing up in elementary school, middle school, and parts of high school. I remember kids making fun of me on athletic fields and in hallways for being girly or not being masculine enough. I've started a campaign on Facebook called I Choose Love. The mission with the I Choose Love campaign is to have people realize that we are in charge and in control of the thoughts we choose to think. And all thoughts lead down two roads, fear or love. If we can get 1 million people to choose loving thoughts in every moment of every day, then we will do our part in ending bullying, hatred, and bigotry in the world.